they want, you know, if in any case on anywhere in the country, they want a prosecutor's promise to hold weight.
Yeah.
And so it's fucked up, but
it is what it is. And so my thing on that, man, like, I feel like you never really, you know what, fuck it. I'm being honest, you know, this time around. I don't care about being politically correct. Whatever. It is what it is. He didn't do that shit, man. But like, no, like real talk, like, no, I'm gonna be honest right now. I feel like a lot of people, it was why wait till you get as old as he is to like come out with all these allegations, right? The Cosby Show, no, that was the most like positive black show for us. You know what I'm saying? Like they went to college, like it was no drugs. It was just a positive thing for like black Americans, right? You know what I'm saying? And like he even paid for the podium that MLK spoke on. Like Bill Cosby did like a lot of dope shit like for us, the culture. And then you wait till this man gets old to try to like come up with this bullshit. You know, so I feel like I'm glad he got out. You know what I'm saying? God is real. God is good. I don't think he did that shit. Don't at me. I don't care if it's what y'all's opinion and shit.
Well, you know what I do find interesting, and I'll get y'all's takes, but actually, let's go around the horn first, because I have kind of something I want to connect, but that'll change the direction of it, so I'll let y'all go first.
I really don't give a fuck. Like I'm with Josh. Like he ain't really like in that day and shit. Like you know, it wasn't fucking. I don't know. I don't think that he gave bitches pills and shit like that. Like just you know, like just point blank. You know, I just really don't believe that the nigga really did that shit. And even if he did, you know what I'm saying? Like who gives a fuck? It was a long time ago. Like you know what I'm saying? So like I don't know. I'm glad the nigga free too. Like.
Because they fucking pulled that same shit with MJ. R.I.P. You know what I'm saying? Like, still trying to like come at this man. He's dead. You know, Michael Jackson.
Oh, I was like, Jordan, what did I miss? Oh my God, I gotta go.
Next. Who knows? But I feel like they're reaching. Who knows? Maybe he did some of the shit. I mean, who knows? You know what I'm saying? We weren't there.
Three sides of the story, right?
He did 3 years though. He had 3 to 10. He did 3 years. Yeah. Like that's. I mean, fucking. Justice was served in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, according to the law. So
right. That man's like 80 years old, right?
Well, it's kind of, yeah, he 80 fucking something years old. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? 3 years at a time. It's
man.
Like,
MJ didn't do it. Deshaun didn't do it. But I don't know if Bill did it or not, though.
He's like, there's a shadow of doubt, perhaps, you know.
Beretta did that shit. Like, honestly, when Alan brought it up, like, he was like, oh, yeah, you know, like, you know, the DA was talking like with him, like, hey, I won't prosecute you, da da da. But at the same time, like, what did he tell him? He probably told him some incriminating shit. You know what I mean? So who knows?
So it kind of reminds me of the Vic thing. I mean, who's to say how much time is the adequate price for what you need to pay? There's still people who say, "Oh, fuck Michael Vick." Like, dude, he was in the wrong place, the wrong time. Yeah, I think nature versus nurture. He got bad nurture in that regard, just, normalized to that kind of shit. And I'm not saying that makes it okay, but he did some time, right? Yeah. He came out, he's a different guy from everything it shows. He's been very involved and kind of the opposite, right? Yeah. He's been back in sports, and I like seeing that. I like a bounce back story. So with the Cosby thing, okay, he's free. But again, like you said, 3 years, it's not like you get off scot-free after 3 years. I mean,
and he's 80. He's 80.
At what point does, institutionalization change you forever? So, and I'm not saying, I don't know enough details about, whether he did or didn't and this and that and the other. But 3 years, man, that's a lot of time.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah. At the same time, if we're doing all this revisionist history, like, why not go after, like, old buddy, the white dudes that killed Emmett Till, shit like that, you know what I mean?
Why not go after Big Ben?
But I'm like, man, go after dig him out the grave.
Hey, no, real talk. How much time did Big Ben get?
Oh, yeah, zero. Big Ben was doing some little creepy shit.
Big Ben, they're just like, hey, don't do that. Come on, man.
Big Ben, wasn't he like hiding like under bushes and stuff?
He was like creeping on girls at bars, like, hey there. Backward hat guy.
Backward hat.
Y'all ever heard they call him Old Gray Dick? There's this, it might or might not be 100%.
That's all right. That's all right.
Don't hit us.
There's this woman, and she wrote a story. She went home with Big Ben, and he comes out. She was in the bed, like, get ready. He comes out the bathroom, and his dick was just gray.
Gray?
Wait, like his actual
gray dick.
His actual dick was gray.
Yeah.
So that nigga's a mutant.
Like he just had a gray dick. Like
I think
So he's probably
here's
next to
my-
you can Google that shit.
Bro, what is this?
I don't know this story, but my theory is, man, like
Old gray dick.
maybe it wasn't really like it wasn't getting ready for performance, so he was over there fluffing it and got lost some circulation.
Yeah, that's
like
cap, bro.
you know?
That's cap. No way somebody's dick can be literally gray.
Nah,
I'm not saying I doubt it. I'm saying that's why.
Google
I
that
think
shit.
probably-
Yeah, no.
So the point I was gonna make about Cosby, and this is a question, and I always make fun of people because they can't not talk about him. I don't give a shit about the guy one way or the other.
Alright.
But Trump, we're outside of the Trump era.
Are we?
We were just talking about that, man.
Yeah. We was just
Yeah?
like, yeah.
I mean, I think so. I think he's definitely lost a lot of his audience. He's lost
I
a lot
don't
of
know,
his.
man.
He's lost a lot of his
the
authority.
leading #1 man in the Republican like scope.
True. Okay. Maybe it's like a return or the what is episode 5 like Empire Strikes Back. Maybe he comes back in 4 years, but for now at least we're out of the Trump era, and I feel like a lot of these pent up frustrations and just like fuck that everybody seems to have has kind of calmed down. Like Cosby, do you think Cosby would have happened during the Trump era?
Chance?
I mean, I'm not saying that
Like
people like
that's
the,
sure.
and again, I don't care one way or the other about the guy. Even though as polarizing as he is, I don't really have an opinion. I'm like, all right, some things I like, some things I don't, whatever. But it seems like now all these things that are starting to happen like that. Could you imagine that ever happened in the Trump era? No, because it's Trump's fucking fault. You know, you know.
Bro, we were
Yeah.
just Chance. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I don't know, like, I don't know. I wouldn't feel like they would kind of put it on Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was, like, you know what I'm saying? If, like, if he was, like, still president, you know what I'm saying? Like, that, some type of shit like that. But, I don't know, like, something about the Trump era I, like, kind of miss, bro. Like, I
People
don't
just
know,
like
like,
out there.
Yeah,
Telling you
like-
how they felt.
I don't know, like, nowadays, bro, I feel like shit's boring. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
We talked about that because we were like, you know, don't add me. Our first episode back after a little hiatus. What do we put on the docket? There's just not
there's
as much docket-worthy shit to talk about.
I
Not as
don't
much
know.
outrage,
No
right?
drama.
yeah, it's like, no, you know what I'm saying? I kind of miss it and shit. And, like, I saw that the nigga, like, had a rally and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, if he do come back, bro, like, I kind of won't be mad about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of will because,
Well,
like,
I mean-
we was more on edge and it was much funner back then.
I will
Like,
say this: I've caught a lot of people in group chats. Won't say any names. That are kind of like, well, you know, shit hasn't really changed. You know what I mean? Like from that, not that stance, but
Yeah.
like what's supposed to change with a change regime, political problems. You know, think about Biden's always, oh, you know, weed's cool, whatever, and then right away, first people in his staff get caught with it, fired, gone.
Yeah.
You switching up, man. Are you not really staying true to what you're believing in?
Right,
Are you
right.
saying you believe in?
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. People are so adamant about we just need somebody new in office. Doesn't matter. You know, now I have somebody just they're like literally a body. It's like that's what we have right now. You
Right,
know?
he's a corpse.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Nowadays, bro, I just feel like there's no, like, spice. out
Yeah.
there. You know, like,
You want an entertaining person?
yeah, I want somebody, bro. One day, I swear to God, bro. It's
I
like
do
2
miss
weeks
the
ago.
outrageous shit that he would say and just like
2
so
weeks ago.
flippantly be like, people put
You're wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. Like, bro, 2 weeks ago, I like Googled fucking like YMCA Donald Trump ball just because I wanted to see him dance to that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
that was
miss
the
that
video
type
out.
of shit, bro. Like,
I will say
I don't
this.
think.
I will say this though. I feel like as a society, we've run out of things to bitch about. So we mostly have started looking internally, like, hey, let's just try to get better as a people. A lot of the things I agree with. I mean, look at how multicultural this room is. You know, that shit's. It's almost like when you go to a class or you're in class just minding your own business, and the rest of the class acts out, and the teacher's like, "All y'all shut the fuck up." You're like, "I'm just fucking sitting here."
Yeah,
So all the race stuff. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, all this stuff, I'm like, okay, that seems kind of like irrelevant to me. Like, I'm happy, you know, that people are talking about that, but it's like this whole, you know, you better be better about things. It's like, what? What am I supposed to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a lot of things like that we've been pursuing change for, which is, again, like good, but now we're having huge heated arguments about pronouns and shit like that. And look, I'll respect anybody's wishes, you know, but it's almost trying to catch you with your hands in the cookie jar. Like if I say, "What up, sir?" and they're like, "Oh, actually, I'm ma'am." Sorry, I'll call you ma'am now. That's fine. But now it's almost like, hey, he called me ma'am. Let's kill this guy. You know, like
Put him in jail, lock him up, throw away the keys.
hate. That's so much hatred right there. It's like, no, man. Like, fuck up. People don't know. It just seems like we're trying to find things to catch people with their hands in the cookie jar about, but not as much now with the change regime. So it's just, hey, just something I've noticed.
Because
you know?
we live in a